Welcome to the Vyne. The gardens and grounds are open at the moment, which is brilliant, but unfortunately we've had to limit our visitor numbers and the house still isn't open. But what we're going to do instead is take you on a sneaky peek behind the scenes tour of things that you won't even get to see even when you can come back to visit the house. The Vyne was built in the 1520s by William Sands, Lord Chamberlain to Henry VIII, which basically meant that everyone who was anybody at the Tudor court visited here. Henry VIII visited with Catherine of Aragon and also with Anne Boleyn later on. Elizabeth I visited here. Unfortunately, the Sands family fortunes declined and they ended up having to sell the house in the 1650s to the Chute family, who's first owned by Chaloner Chute, who was Speaker of the House of Commons under Cromwell, and he left us the shape of the house as it is now. So he knocked down a vast swathe of a huge Tudor palace that was probably about the same size as the base court at Hampton Court, and created a lovely E-shaped building and more of a family home that we see now. And then eventually the direct family line died out and the house came to the National Trust in 1956. So this is something that visitors are never going to be able to see just because of the nature of what they are, but we can have a sneaky peek now. So we're standing behind the portrait of Chaloner in the void in the wall. These are some really beautiful wall paintings that we think date from about 1640, when we believed that this was an outside wall of the house. There's a male figure there and a lovely house up at the top. This is our beautiful piece of Pietrodura, a lovely casket, and there's a really beautiful story behind this. We don't know if it's true, but John Chute was on the grand tour between 1739 and 1746, and leaving his brother Anthony here at the Vyne. Probably a little bit jealous that John was having such a lovely time away on holiday, and the family story says that Anthony sent John a note just saying, please, you need to stop spending so much money, stop having such a good time when you're on holiday, basically. And John maybe didn't feel as guilty about this as he should, and sent back this beautiful thing by way of an apology gift to his brother. It's probably one of the most expensive things he bought while on the grand tour from the Pietrodura workshops in Florence. But it is absolutely beautiful, and Anthony can't have been too disheartened about that because he did keep it and it's still here. So we're about to go into the attic spaces above the Vyne. These are places that visitors really very rarely get to see, just on the occasional behind the scenes tour, so it's really exciting that we're able to show them off. Just down here we've got one of our little bat entrances to allow the bats to come in. So just here you can just about make out our witch's mark, or daisy wheel. It's the best example that we've got in the roof here, but we have got others. A lot of them have been recovered over since the end of the roof project. And basically it was just what the carpenters put in to basically bless the house and save it from evil spirits. Because the idea was, if you get stuck in a daisy wheel, if you're an evil spirit, you're just going round and round in a huge loop of daisy wheels, petals and circles, and you're never going to get out, so the house will be safe from any evil spirits. We had some really severe winter storms in 2014, and we had water pouring through the roof, through the windows. We realised that we really had to do something to sort the roof out, hence the roof project. So we spent a lot of time doing a lot of preparation work. We packed up the whole of the upstairs of the building, sent a lot of items off-site for safe storage, and then all of the old tiles were taken off. A lot of work to the timbers was done, so the focus was always conservation rather than replacement. So unless it was in really poor condition and really couldn't be saved, we just consolidated and only replaced where necessary. And it's been amazing ever since. And it's been a huge relief to know that the Vyne is going to be safe for another 100 years, hopefully. So thank you for joining us on our behind the scenes sneaky peek at the Vyne. I hope you've enjoyed it. And thank you for your ongoing patience and support while we continue to gradually get our places reopened. We really couldn't do it without your patience, support and enthusiasm for coming back to see our wonderful places.